What's up guys, Sam Adams here and welcome to the Xbox Live's Ultimate Summer Sale Breakdown. Pretty much I went through and I chose my top 5 games on the Xbox One and my top 5 games on the Xbox 360 that are on sale until the 13th on the Xbox Live Marketplace. Now there are some awesome deals in this, but there are also some things that are on there just to add some AAA titles into the mix and make you think that they are on like huge sale that you can't miss, but in fact they aren't and they're pretty much all but standard price. So without further ado, let's go ahead and break down my top 10 games in the Xbox Live sale, 5 for Xbox One and 5 for Xbox 360. So first off, we are going to go through the Xbox One games that I find the most desirable in the sale, and number 1 is Far Cry 4 on the Xbox One, which is going to run you about $20 for the standard version, and I do not recommend getting the step-up version. I believe it's the deluxe edition or something along those lines. But Far Cry 4 takes you to Karat, you play as AJ Gale, and you pretty much have to take down one of these warlords that is over Karat by the name of Pagan Min. He used to be your childhood friend. He's very old, but he looks very young. It's a really interesting story, and there are a lot of things that I liked about Far Cry 4, but at the end of the day, it's just Far Cry 3 with a different coat of paint and a different protagonist and a different antagonist, just kind of mixing things up, almost like an alternate universe kind of Far Cry 3, if you get my drift. But still one of the best games of 2014, and I can tell you that it did have some technical glitches on the Xbox One when it came out, but I have no doubt that Ubisoft addressed those and has fixed the game since. So for 20 bucks, Far Cry 4 is one that you really shouldn't miss. Next up, we have Dragon Age Inquisition for 30 bucks, or you can upgrade to the other digital deluxe edition for $35. And this was one of the headlining RPGs that came out last year, but The Witcher 3 has come out since then, so if you really want the most up-to-date and the experience that everyone is really talking about for 2015, you're definitely going to want to pick up The Witcher 3. However, Dragon Age Inquisition is definitely interesting. You play as the Inquisitor, there are dragons everywhere. It's kind of like if you mixed a game like Assassin's Creed or Skyrim with some of the Witcher stuff. It is just a really interesting title. I had a lot of friends that really enjoyed playing it, and I actually haven't played this one, so I can't say firsthand if it's worth picking up or not, but I have heard some good things, and for 30 bucks for the regular edition and 35 bucks for the deluxe edition, you can't really go wrong. Next up, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, which I think is a pretty good deal considering it's normally 30 bucks, so you can get a couple of bucks knocked off your total there. And it's pretty much just a Chinese gang slash mafia kind of game. I like to think of it as a mix between Max Payne and Grand Theft Auto. It's really interesting. I played most of it on the Xbox 360. It just didn't hold my attention span. But as far as games in this sale goes, if you're looking for something to fill that kind of Grand Theft Auto gap that you've been looking to fill since you finished the campaign, if you aren't playing the online aspect of Grand Theft Auto 5, then you might want to pick this one up, and it definitely has an interesting story, some pretty solid gameplay mechanics, and again, it's only 15 bucks, so if you're bored over the summer, you're looking for stuff to play while you sit at home all day, definitely one worth checking out. Next up, Slender The Arrival for $5, normally $10, and I recommended this one on the Xbox One, though this deal is also available on the Xbox 360, and this is the sequel to Slender, which took the world by storm because it is one of the most terrifying games I have ever watched, and Slender The Arrival cranks everything up a notch just because of the graphics alone. And of course, there's more story, there's more areas to explore, different levels and things like that, but the entire game can be completed in about 2 hours or so. I watched a playthrough of it in about 45 minutes if I remember correctly, but pretty much you're just exploring this little abandoned mining facility, and there's some really freaky things going on there with Slender Man, a couple of different entities that you're going to run across, and it's definitely one of those games that you are going to love if you are into the horror genre, or you have an Oculus perhaps. If you're looking forward to Microsoft HoloLens, maybe this will have some integration with it, but it's definitely one of those games that I would recommend playing, and I might even pick it up just to stream at some point later on because it is terrifying and I am hilarious when I play horror games. But again, it's only 5 bucks, normally 10 bucks, so Slender The Arrival is definitely getting a recommendation from me. Last but not least, we've got Saints Row 4 Reelected and also Saints Row 4 Gat Out of Hell together in one bundle for $19.78 or $19.87. One of the two, but either way right around $20. So, with this game, it's one of those really interesting titles that is not overly serious, but it's definitely not made for kids. I like to think of it as Grand Theft Auto with kind of a clown funny kind of person running it. You know, it's just kind of a fun, quirky game, and it will definitely make you laugh. In fact, to describe just exactly what kind of experience you'll be getting, in the Gat Out of Hell expansion pack, which is included in this bundle, like I said, you play as Johnny Gat, who has to go to hell, kill the devil, and save the President of the United States. So it's that kind of experience you'll be getting, and for 20 bucks, that just sounds like something that's definitely worth experiencing, and since it's normally 50, this is one of the best deals of the sale on the Xbox One side of things. Now moving on to the Xbox 360 side of the sale, and the number one thing that I saw was Mortal Kombat for $4.99, and it is an absolutely beautiful game. This is not, however, Mortal Kombat 10 or Mortal Kombat X that was released earlier this year, but rather the one that's from a couple of years ago where it had characters like Freddy Krueger and God of War if you were playing on the PlayStation. But for the Xbox 360 and $4.99, you can get Mortal Kombat, which is just pretty much a classic fighting game. I was a huge fan of this entry into the franchise because it was kind of a reboot, and it was something that the franchise really needed, and a lot of fans really enjoyed it, including myself. So for $4.99, if you're looking for a new fighting game, this is definitely one that is worth picking up in the Ultimate Game sale. Next up, Dead Rising 2 for $5.99 is one of my favorite zombie games of all time, and one of the reasons that I like it is because of the customization in the weapons. You can combine chainsaws and brooms, you can combine wheelchairs and electric batteries to make an electric wheelchair. It's just crazy stuff like that that really makes this game glow. That being said, the campaign is kind of annoying because you have to take care of your daughter who has to have this kind of zombie infection prevention medicine called Zombrex that you have to find scattered all over the mall that you're at, and you kind of have to go out of your way to get this, which on one hand it forces you to explore the map and really see what all the game has to offer, and then on the other hand it's just kind of a pain because you're there to kill zombies. So taking all of that into consideration, it's still an awesome game, so if you're looking for a good zombie game, if you're sick of H1Z1 or State of Decay Year 1 Edition on the Xbox One, and you want something on the 360, Dead Rising 2 is definitely better than Dead Rising 3, and it's only $5.99. Next up, kind of three games grouped into one, but two that I specifically want to highlight. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 3 are $9.99 a piece. That is a good deal. So Assassin's Creed Brotherhood continues the story of Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2 and the Brotherhood of Assassins, and then in Assassin's Creed 3 you play as Connor, who is the first Native American assassin on the New World continent of the United States of America during the Revolutionary War. It's a really awesome story. Both of these are two of my favorite games in the Assassin's Creed franchise. But that being said, if you like the earlier games in the series better, you're going to like Brotherhood, and if you like the later games, then you're going to like Assassin's Creed 3. Specifically, if you like Unity or Assassin's Creed 4, you're definitely going to want to go with 3. But they're both awesome games, and for 10 bucks a piece, you can't really go wrong with these two. Crysis 3 is $4.99. Need I say more? Look at that screenshot. Take it in. Just enjoy it. Love it for what it is. This is one beautiful game, and so for $4.99, it's definitely worth picking up. The main thing that stands out in my mind, other than the way that it looks, is the fact that the multiplayer is incredibly fun. I didn't check the servers. I don't know if they're still populated. I don't know if people still play this game, but whenever I was playing it, whenever it first came out, Crysis 3 was incredible. There was a lot of competition with the multiplayer. The PvP side of things was definitely hopping, and it was one of the best experiences that I had on the Xbox 360 playing multiplayer. So, hopefully this live sale will kind of boost those servers, get them going again, really get people playing the game. But if not, the single player campaign was more than enough, and especially if you're only paying $4.99, you can't really lose with this deal. Finally, kind of the crowning jewel to this entire Xbox 360 Ultimate Game sale is Destiny for $19.79, which is not a bad deal at all. A lot of people were complaining because Destiny didn't have much of a story, it didn't have much of an emotional connection to the player, it was just kind of a grinding thing, trying to get new guns, trying to level up, get to that level 34 cap if you get all of the DLC. But I really just enjoyed the game for what it was. I like going through raids, I like going through all these strike missions, the weeklies, the PvP is great. If you're looking for a first-person shooter, if you're a fan of Call of Duty, or if you're a fan of Halo, this is one of the best games you can get. And for 20 bucks, this is one of the best prices I have seen on Destiny since Black Friday, and probably the best price I will see on Destiny until this year's Black Friday. So if you're on Xbox 360 and you're looking for something to play over the summer, Destiny is one that you need to get. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and comment what games you are going to be picking up from this Xbox Live sale. I will probably be getting Slender The Arrival, and I might even splurge and pick up something else on the Xbox One. Not really sure yet. Lords of the Fallen looks kind of interesting, but I'll think about it. I'll let you guys know. But if you're new to the channel, don't forget to head over and check out some of my other videos. I upload new stuff like 4 or 5 days a week, so there's always something new on the channel when you drop by to watch some content. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. Hope you guys get some good stuff from the sale and continue playing those games. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.